Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. Well, we have a lot of good news. Now, Trump has been making a lot of headway as of recently with quite a few things. As I said, there is a lot of information to have to go over, and it's really hard to get all this stuff done. I was trying to get this done earlier today. It was just things happened and I wasn't able to. And it's going to be like that next week as well. So I'll try my best. So what we have here is is this from the Post Millennial saying Trump to pardon pro-life activists imprisoned by Biden DOJ report. Goes on to say here that President Trump is expected to pardon pro-life activists imprisoned under the Biden administration's Freedom Act, aka FACE, enforcement, according to the new report from the Daily Wire. The part is in line with Trump's efforts to address cases by the previous administration that he views as politically motivated. The renovation coincides with the 52nd annual March for Life in Washington, D.C., set to take place on Friday, where Trump will appear via video. The move follows Trump's Monday executive order pardoning over 1,500 January 6 related defendants, fulfilling campaign promises to challenge Biden-era prosecutions. Pro-life advocates since called on Trump to act similarly for activists they believe were unfairly targeted for opposing abortion. So, yeah, it says here, the Daily Signal reported on Thursday that the application Utah Senator Mike Lee introduced a bill that would repeal the FACE Act altogether, and the parties would provide immediate relief to the following imprisoned pro-life activists: Lauren Handy, John Hishaw, Jonathan Darnell, Herb Garothy, Gene Marshall, Joan Bell, Paulette Harlow, Beverly Williams, Heather Adoni, and Calvin Zastro. All these people have it goes from 57 months to 21 months to 34 months, 27 months, 24 months, 27 months, 24 months, 41 months, 24 months, and 6 months, among others. These activists were imprisoned for projects at abortion facilities located in Tennessee, Washington, D.C., and New York. These are all the places that was there, right? And let me talk about this. So if people don't know what the FACE Act is, it's simply this here. Hold on. Oh, God. There is an animal in my way. I am sorry, my friends. There is an animal in my way, and I am trying to fix the said problem here. All right, there we go. Now that I have this out of the way, and the animal is still in proximity of me, we have this here. It says the FACE Act is this, my friends. It says, in 1994, in response to an increase in violence towards providers and patients of reproductive health services, Congress enacted the Freedom Act to Clinic Services Act, Freedom of Access to Clinic Interests Act, aka FACE, commonly referred to as FACE or the Access Act. FACE prohibits violent, threatening, damaging, and obstructive conduct intended to injure, intimidate, or interfere with the right to seek, obtain, or provide reproductive health services. The statute creates federal jurisdiction and penalties for a person who, by force or threat of force or by physical obstruction, intentionally injuries, intimidates, or interferes with attempts to injure, intimidate, or interfere with any person because that person is or has been or in order to intimidate such person or any other person or any class of persons from obtaining or providing reproductive health services. Intentionally damages or destroys the property of a facility or attempts to do so because such facility provides reproductive health services. Statutory definitions: interfere means to restrict a person's freedom of movement. Intimidate means to place a person in reasonable apprehension of bodily harm to him or her or to herself or to another. And physical obstruction means rendering impassable ingress to or egress from a facility or rendering passage to or from such a facility unreasonably difficult or hazardous conditions, etc. Reproductive health services include reproductive health services provided in a hospital, clinic, physician's office, other facility, and includes medical, surgical, and counseling. And of course, the Biden DOJ unconstitutionally and illegally arrested these people. And what this is that this allows them to, arrest people for these reasons, even though it's not right. It was a huge violation of the First Amendment. What we have here, specifically from Representative Joy, reintroduces legislation to repeal the FACE Act. It goes on to say here, introduced the FACE Act repeal of 2025 to permanently end a law that has too long been weaponized against pro-life Americans. America has just spent the last 4 years being targeted by a weaponized justice system. The FACE Act was one of the primary weapons of abuse, being used to politically target, arrest, and jail pro-life Americans for speaking out and standing up for life. Congressman Roy said, while President Trump and his team are already fast at work reversing the damage of the January 6th political prosecutions and persecutions through pardons and commutations, I am hopeful those targeted under the FACE Act will be given similar relief. But importantly, we in Congress need to do our part to eliminate the laws for use for the weaponization, including the FACE Act. Data my office obtained from Merrick Garland's DOJ showed that 97% of FACE Act prosecutions from 1994 to 2024 were against pro-life Americans. Now that we have a Republican trifecta in the House, Senate, and White House, Congress should move quickly to repeal this law and ensure that no future president can weaponize it against pro-lifers ever again. No more excuses. Let's get it done. So yeah, this is really, really big, and I 100% agree. I'm going to go on the line here, and ladies, you may not like this because so many of you are pro-abortionists and stuff like that, but I'm going to make my address here, all right? I think that it should only be for, if you're going to have an abortion, it should only be for these three main reasons, and these main reasons alone. If you are coming close to death, which means ectopic pregnancy, or so one of those lines, and then grape for these matters, and even there's a lot of people that are against the grape thing. I am for the grape thing because I understand what that could be, and then of course the final one here, incest, right? Those are the three big things that you should be able to have an abortion for. I 100% understand these reasonings, and that is completely fine. Now, the problem that I have it with is that women just getting abortions just because, I don't want it. Like, the fact of the matter is, this removes complete responsibility of your actions. If you want to engage in such a act, then perhaps you should just keep your legs closed and do not engage in such act. That simple. Or take the risk of, maybe getting pregnant. It's not really that hard to understand. But so many women want the ability to just get rid of the child wherever they seem fit, and then, all of a sudden, when they want to have the child, they'll have the child with whoever that they seem that is suitable for them. And that's not what I find promising, right? Obviously, women can go have children whoever the heck they want. That's not my problem here. My issue is that women are just getting rid of children just because they so want to. Because they made a mistake, in quotation marks, and that's something that qualifies them to be like, oh, gotta have an abortion. No. It should only be for the grave of the mother, if your life of the mother is an actual threat, and then incest. Those are the only other things that should be the actual reason. Now, can we get into further things to where maybe if the kid is going to come out mentally challenged, such as they can't operate by themselves, if the kid is going to be severely maimed and stuff like that, we can go further into other reasons and maybe have that discussion too, where okay, maybe not having this kid being born and being severely damaged is the problem, unless we get medical advances to where okay, we can fix all these problems, right? These kids might be born this way, but we can fix these problems. Whereas right now we don't have that ability, so do we want them to suffer? That's the thing. But women having the ability to just get rid of children whenever they see fit does not sit well with me. It doesn't sit right with me, and I can't really oblige with that. But everything else is fine. And I think what Biden did here is he criminally arrested these people for political reasons. It's disgusting, and it's a good thing Donald Trump is really just getting rid of this cancer, right? That it's really getting rid of these illegal acts that the Biden administration has done and clearing and fixing everything up. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, share. As always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted. This is algorithmic disease, the social media.